Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to work on my wife's BMW. It's a 2008 328i. It's a sedan, and she was complaining of a check engine light. So I was lazy to do it, and I told her, well, just take it to the dealer and have them fix it. But when she came back with an estimate of almost 2,000, I decided to fix it myself. So I've been out of commission for about a year and a half because I was moving, and the new home that I had didn't quite have an adequate garage. So I'm having an actual shop built. So I put this little video together with some of the clips that I did with this quick repair, and hopefully you find this video helpful. So this is for a oxygen sensor code P0140, I believe it is. So here it goes. So here's the photo of the repair estimate. As you can see, 1896. This is what pretty much told me, don't be that lazy. So yeah. So this is the check engine light right here. So what you want to do is on the left kick panel, you're going to see a thing that says OBD2. Remove the little cover. It's a plastic cover. And I'm using a handheld scanner here. It's a little cheap scanner, pulls codes. You can buy this from pretty much almost any auto parts store. And as you can see here, I'm pulling a code. You just follow the menu. P0140 is the code. That tells you it's the 1-2 next to it means it's bank 1 sensor 2. So now underneath the vehicle you see two pipes. This is bank 1 right here. This is the one we want. And the other pipe is bank 2. So the sensor we want to change is the second one on bank 1, which is that sensor that I'm pointing to up there. So that's the wiring to it. And then there's two connectors. These two connectors are for those rear sensors. So if you follow the wire for the bank 1 sensor 2, which would be that one right there, so it's going to be the one on the left. So I pulled the clips, the connectors away from the clips here, and in my particular case, I got lucky, or that's all it is. So you see I'm pointing there to a broken wire. So that's all I need to do to repair this, is I'm going to go ahead and fix the wire. I just barely have enough to be able to get a connector on there, so let's give this a shot. So I'm going to use a one of these heat shrink butt connectors, and I was just able to get enough. If I wasn't able to get enough of that, I would have to just run a bypass wire from the harness side here to the O2 sensor. But this is going to work out for me pretty good here. So let's say that in your case you don't have a broken wire, so you have to replace the O2 sensor. There is one test you can do for it, and you're going to need a multimeter and set it to ohm scale. And what you want to test on the O2 sensor is for the heater circuit, which I'll show you here. Is the two white wires. That's just a 12-volt circuit there, and you just want to check that for continuity. And the specs say under 60 ohms, but I find that they're all around 10 to 15 ohms. See right there? 10 ohms. So there's nothing wrong with that heater circuit on that O2 sensor. So if you had to change it, what you're going to do is you're going to have to get a wrench or a special O2 sensor socket. So right here, what I'm going to show you is a 7/8 wrench. I think is the best bet in this particular case. I find it to be just enough to get it in there and break it loose. And you should be able to replace it that way. These are some of the tools that you can use to remove the oxygen sensor. This is a, a handheld wrench type. This has got a nice little swivel head, and they're all 7/8. So you can use this, and the way it would work is like this. So your oxygen sensor has this little shield on it to protect it from the exhaust. So it's hard to get this through like that. So you want to unplug it and obviously go through the skinny end of the wire. You're going to punch it through like this, and you're going to feed it through, and then you'll be able to remove and install the sensor that way. Now when you install the sensor, make sure you don't go too tight. It's almost like a spark plug, just slightly tight. Here's another style which is very handy. This one here, I like it because you can use different size extensions and put a wobble on it. And same thing with this, you just feed it through, slide it through, like that. This one here is actually by Thexton, so I find this one to be probably the most useful one. And this here, this is an old style. This will not work in this particular case, because if you see how this is, it would just be too difficult to do it. I don't even think I can feed it through enough. So this is like probably for the older cars, probably back in the 90s, 80s. So this one's pretty much useless. And then again, like I said, worst case scenario, you can always use a 7/8 wrench. This will work for sure. So now go ahead and just, once you replace your sensor, go ahead and plug everything back in, and you'll be pretty much good to go here. Just make sure you route everything carefully, away from the exhaust in particular. And you'll find that it has clips, the way you route, when you took the sensor off, you'll see it has little clips where it belongs. So everything should be nice and tucked away. Then once you have put everything back together, go ahead and clear the codes on the vehicle and go and drive it until all the monitors set. Sometimes that can take a while, so just take it for a good cruise somewhere, take your time, or even drive it for a few days, and then you can go ahead and reconnect your scanner, which I'm going to show you right here, and everything should be clear. If I can figure out which way it goes. I'm holding the camera with one hand right now, so it's tough for me. And so there it is. Now you could go ahead and check for codes again. And voila, you are finished. That's all there's to it. I hope you found this video helpful, and good luck everyone.